Hi, you guys. Good morning. It's me again, Jen, and today we are going to talk about Filipino beliefs, okay, when it comes to financial. And let's start with these beliefs. You don't need money or you don't need properties because you cannot bring them to your grave when you die. Yes, that's true. But you can pass it through to your children if you have children, or you can pass it through to your loved ones if you want to. Okay. Or you can donate it. See, there's a lot of many things you can do. Okay. So yeah, that's one of the Filipino beliefs, that you don't need money when you die. You don't need money because you cannot bring them. You cannot take them with you when you die. Okay. Okay, but I let's not think about that, okay? But even if you die, we're still gonna need money for when you die, like the coffin, for instance. If you wanted to be buried, okay, or if you wanted to be cremated, you will still need money for that. But to me, I think about this way: we need money while we are still alive, because we need money in a lot of things, like bills. Yes, we have a lot of bills in this world, like rent. Okay, if you are renting and you don't have your own house, and even if you own a house and you haven't paid it completely yet, well, you will still need money for the mortgage, right? And then you need money for electric. Yes, because you cannot get away without having electric, unless you have to live like the old days. Like you have to use candles, or like lamp, or like the old days. Yeah, but we are not in the old days, so we have to have electric. Okay, and then we need water, unless, like I said, we're living in the old days. Like, you don't need running water. Well, we still need running water, but I mean, we don't need like tap water, because back then we just use whatever resources we have. Like me, I grew up in the Philippines. We don't have like tap water. We don't have our own water meter. So what our sources is either the rain or the river. For drinking water, we use the rainwater when I was a kid, or we use well water from the neighbor. Yes. Or spring water, or what else? For to take a bath or to take a shower, we use we go to the river and take a bath in there. Yes, but we are in the new reality now. So yeah, we need tap water. So yeah, we will need money for that. And then we need water for the food, of course, because food is we need food to survive. Okay. And then we need money for the gas if you have a car. Okay. Then if you don't have a car, then you will still need money for, like, for the bus fare, jeepney fare, uh, Uber, taxi. There's no taxi in where I came from in the Philippines. In our area, we don't have that. We don't have taxi, or we don't have Uber, if I'm not mistaken. That's when I left in the Philippines. We don't have those, but I don't know about now. So yeah, you will still need money for that. And then we need money for health and dental insurance. But a lot of Filipinos, they don't have health and dental insurance. Yes, so that's why it's very, like, when you get sick, one of the family members get sick, then it's gonna be a lot of big bills. Like, for instance, cancer. If you get like cancer, leukemia, or anything that very like big, then it's gonna be a lot of, like, you will need a lot of money for that, because health costs in the Philippines is expensive. And then you will need money for the medicine too, because some of the medicines are expensive too. Yes. So yeah, you will need that. For the dental, a lot of people, a lot of the most of the people, they don't even go to the dentist to get dental checkup. So they don't worry about that. Yeah. They can, I guess they can live or survive without the dental insurance. And like for cleaning, it's dental cleaning is cheap, but the only expensive there in the Philippines is for the dental insurance is if you have like dental implant or dental bridge or braces, then that's the one that expensive. Or indentures, yes. But you will need, but you will still need money for that. And then auto insurance, yes. A lot of people, a lot of Filipinos, they don't have auto insurance too because they don't have a car. Why would they need a auto insurance, right? And they only have like tricycle, but of course they don't have like insurance for that one too. So in case you get hit, then yes, you will need money too. So yeah, and property insurance, of course, a lot of Filipinos, they don't own their own house. So yeah, why would they need property insurance, right? Even rental insurance, they don't have that. Yeah, so that's their beliefs. Some of them. That's why That's why they don't have. You know, that's why maybe they don't care about their future. I don't know. And some of them don't believe having to have a emergency fund. Emergency fund is like, unlike here in the US, like you have to have savings, right? You have to prepare for your future. You have to have at least like save 6 months to 1 year, right? They don't have that in the Philippines, or they don't think that in the Philippines. Some or most of the Filipino, most of the people there, they don't think that. So that's why I wanted to share this, so maybe they can learn from it. Yeah. So they don't think about that, like for instance, oh, I have to have savings so that way if I quit my job, or if I wanted to move to a new job, then I will still have money that I can use for while I'm waiting for another job. Yeah. And so I have to have money for that. So when I get sick, in case, when I get sick, I can still at least buy medicine, or buy food, or pay for my rent while waiting for me to get a job. So yeah. So I believe that in emergency fund, and I believe that you have to have savings. They don't think that. They don't believe that. They don't think about like having to have a financial fund or emergency fund. Yeah. And that I wish one day, they change their thinking one day. Okay. So that's why I don't believe on the saying that, oh, you don't need money, you don't need properties because you cannot take them with you when you die. I believe in, I would rather have to have money than not having money, because I will need money for when I get old to still sustain myself, or sustain or support myself, or when I'm not working anymore. I believe that. And so, and then I would rather have money, until I die. So that way, I will be stress free. I will not be worried about when I get old, for when I get sick, how am I going to get to the hospital, or how am I going to buy medicine for me when I get sick. So I would rather have like get old and die with money. And so I don't mind leaving my money, whatever I have, and pass it through to my child, since I have one child. And even if I don't have a child, I'm still gonna save money for, while I'm still alive, because I will still need money for when I'm alive. Yeah, that's my purpose. I would rather have money so that I'm not gonna be, such a pain when I get, older, because I don't want to be like relying on my child for when I get older. And some of the beliefs too in the Philippines, I think it's part of the culture too, is that they don't save money, they don't save their future because they expect their children to take care of them for when they get older. So they don't save money for them. They invested on their children to send them to school and finish their schooling. And then so by that time that they turn, or when they graduated college and have a job, and the parents were already like 40s or 50s, 50 years old, and so they're done with their children, sending them to the school. And so the obligation pass it through to them now that they are done schooling now. It's their uh, time to return the favor to them, so they're the children are their as their investment. Some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but some of them, they think that their children are the ones, that after they send them to school and finish their school, and now that they are already working, they're the one that gonna take care of them. For me, that is really hard that way, because for me, I feel like that is very difficult to do that. It's like I would rather invested in like me going to me you know me having a children, right? And then my children going to school. I would rather invested in my children future, and then for me, so I will still send my child to go to school, and then me, I'm still going to be working until I get old, until I reach the certain time, certain age for my retirement. But of course, I'm still gonna, save my retirement too, because that is easier for me that way. Because to me, it will be hard, having to rely on your children financially. Like for instance, okay, you're one of your child or your children moved to another country, right? And you left in the Philippines, and you're in your 40s, you don't have a job because you rely on your children. You tell your children, okay, you're done schooling now, you're done, you have a job now, so it's your time to pay us back. So you're gonna take care of us now because we already sent you to the school, and you already graduated your college, you have a career now, so it's your time to send us money now every month. To me, yeah, that is so hard because the children or the child, or your children, yes, when he or she moved to the other country, of course he or she gonna have to start his own life there. Of course, the expenses still gonna be there, the rent, the electric, the water, the food, the gas, the health, dental insurance, auto insurance, and everything like that. All of that, your children gonna have that too. So to me, it will be easier if you have your own financial too. To me, I will not rely on my children financially because that will be hard. What if, I think about this way. What if my children or my child is also struggling to in another country, and then me here, I'm still young, in the Philippines, and waiting for my child to send me money. What if he or she got sick, or my child, what if he gets sick or whatever happens to him? And then, how am I going to pay my own bills? My son is going to have his own bills. I'm going to have my own bills because we are in the separate house, right? We are in the separate countries. Of course, we both going to have like responsibilities on our own. So yeah, to me, that is easier if I have my own money and not relying to him, because, like I said, what if he's struggling to, and, I'm relying to him, and something happens, I need the money right now because, like, for instance, emergency, right? And then I cannot wait for him because he's in another country in a different time zone, and then I'm in the Philippines. Of course, you know I need the money right away, so I cannot get the money right away if my son in a different time zone, right? So to me, it's easier if I have my own money. I have my own, so that way I don't have to rely to him, because that will be difficult for my son, because he's gonna have to take care of his own, and he's gonna have to take care of me in a different country, so it's gonna be like hard. So that's why I don't believe on relying my children for when I get older. And some of the other Filipino beliefs is that you have to, it's like how do you call that, it's like you have to take care of your parents financially for when they get older. You have to, because it's like a, because if you don't, you are ungrateful, and you are how do you call that, like bad child. Yeah, to me, it's not I'm not gonna do that to my child, because I don't want him to carry the burden. I'm not gonna oblige my children to do that. It's okay if your children, decided she wants to help you, or he wants to help you financially. If he or she is not struggling, then that's fine. But if he or she are struggling, then that's different. And yeah. And then what are the other beliefs of the Filipino? Okay, after their children finish their schooling, right, and they have their job now, or even if they don't finish their schooling but they have a job now, it's like they will pass it through to your, like the obligation to one another. Like, for instance, oh, you are the eldest, you're the one who's going to take care of your other siblings. You're going to send him to go to the school now, because you already done your schooling, so it's your time. It's to pay back, to send your siblings to go to school, or to send your niece or nephew to go to the school, because you have the job now, so it's your time to take that responsibilities. I don't believe that too, unless, like I said, if you want to do it, then that's fine. But if you're not struggling, that's fine. But if you are struggling in your own life, then that's going to be hard. So that's it for today. That's what I wanted to talk about. Bye.